Okay, what we're going to do here is I got two barrels here. I got one of them is a Wilson 45 match grade barrel for Commander, and the other one is just the stock barrel that come out of this gun. And what we're going to do is we're going to throat the barrel here to where so the round will feed up in that chamber real good. On this particular gun, we're going to fit the Wilson barrel, but I'm going to show you how to throat the stock barrel. It's more, we do a lot of that too here, but you can see the difference here in these two barrels. They're a lot alike, but there's some things that, you notice here on the Wilson, it's opened up quite a bit more on each side coming up around here than the stock barrel. And also,
what's the purpose of throating? What does that help?
Well, it gets rid of that little edge in there. You get that all smooth, get the tool marks out. Also, there's a real prominent little sharp edge right there that a lot of the times it'll keep that round from actually going up in the chamber.
So that'll catch on the breath.
Right, and if you can get rid of that, not real radically, but if you can just smooth that over to where that really flows in that chamber, well, it'll feed real good.
So it increases reliability.
Right, really does. Another thing you need to watch when you're throating a barrel, whether it's one of ours or the stock barrel, is first, before you do anything, you want to put it up in there, and from the feed ramp to the face of the barrel here, you want a 1/32 clearance. You don't want it even, and you don't want it overhanging into the feed ramp, because that, no matter how good you throat it, it's going to hang up every time. So you want to make sure. Right. Now, if it is, overhanging, or it's right on the feed ramp there where you need to get it in a vise and face it back a little bit, face it a little bit and put it back in there and check it. You don't want any more than that. You can go a little more, but that's about the minimum.
Well, you got that piece of rubber?
Yeah, just cork vise jaws or rubber or anything to protect it from crushing it. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just open that up a little more on each side, just give it a little more clearance. Not very much, there's not a whole lot. This is a pretty good barrel here. I'm just going to bring it up a little more before I do anything.
What kind of tool are you using?
We're just using the Fordham again, a little grinding tool with a real small stone. Just, it needs to be real good and parallel and round. Just enough to bring that up on both sides. You just pretty much want to follow what's there. No real drastic changes. You don't want to get too far down in the chamber. You don't want to get out here to where you lose what Colt's already put there. Not very much, just enough. Not very much, just enough to take some metal off. That's about it. I'm not forcing it hardly at all.
And of course, you want to keep it even all around.
Right. I want both sides even, and I want it. I want to keep that line in there on that throat. I don't want to deviate from that. I just even it all up. Okay. Now it doesn't look like we did much, but we just got both sides even, opened it up a little more. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, that little sharp edge I was talking about right in there, from this angle going straight into the chamber, I'm just going to slightly break that edge and just get it from being a sharp edge to semi-rounded, semi-radius.
And what kind of tool is that?
That's just it's just a little three-sided sharp scraper. It's really sharp, and it's just going to be able to get in there and do some scratching around to be able to get that off of there. It's pretty hard stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just scrape a little bit. You don't want to just really take a lot off, but you want to stay even, and you want to basically just break that edge. We're going to do some more polishing later that'll take care of any more that we need.
That just kind of cuts that metal right off.
Right. It does a pretty good job. You just want to blend it in as much as you can.
Not taking it down a whole lot. But
No, not very much. Just getting a few curls out of there. I'm just going to go ahead down here on this flat, and it'll be easier if I take the bigger tool marks out now to polish it up later. Again, the slower you take it, the better off you'll be. You won't take too much off because that's not good. Okay. Now, got that pretty even all the way around. I'm going to take a polishing point. First, I'm going to take a coarser one that's a little quicker, and it'll get rid of some of those big tool marks in there. And they're not really that big. It's pretty good barrel there.
So this is the coarse polishing point?
Right, it's pretty coarse. It cuts pretty good, and you don't put a whole lot of pressure on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get in there, and what I've scraped in the throat there and on down this, I'm going to just follow that and just burnish that down. Just polish it down. Just bringing it down with that angle that's already there. Yeah, you don't want to go too deep in the chamber and start, getting in there, because that's going to make some marks in there you don't want to have, especially on a match grade barrel. You don't want to be doing that because your tolerances, the manufacturer's kept pretty close. And you don't have to put a lot of pressure in there either. You're just shining it up, getting it slick, and taking tool marks out. Okay, I'm going to switch over to a finer polishing point for the final polish up on this. Right. I'm running a little bit faster to get a little more shine, and I'm staying right where I was with pretty much all the rest of the tools.
Now the edge is basically going.
Right. It's pretty good and rounded, and I'm just shining it up to where even if it gets some powder residue after shooting for a while, it'll still be slick enough to feed. You won't catch that throat in the barrel.
So the shine helps probably keep down some of that powder.
Right.
There's nothing for it to catch on to. Set it up there a little bit.
Yeah. Some tool marks I'm having trouble getting out. Whoop. Be careful of that too. Looking better.
How do you know when it's done?
Well, when I get it all flowing in together and get all the tool marks out, get it all shiny, we'll call it good. And two, this is something that, probably everybody should have done, or it just helps reliability and helps feed different types of ammunition. A lot of times if a stock gun will feed one, it usually won't feed too many others. Now, you see they're all shined up, polished up, it's pretty slick. The little sharp edge is long gone, the tool marks are out, and should feed pretty good. And then you always want to take it back out, make sure that, just put it back in the frame and take a look at it.
So it matches up.
Yep, you see how she looks, make sure you maintain your gap from the feed ramp to the barrel. You got to be in pretty good shape.
Exactly the same in on there.
A little bit of focus, Jack.
That's what it's supposed to be.
So that's what it's supposed to look like, and it's all polished all around,
Yep.
and no tool marks.
Got your feed ramp polished, got your barrel throated and polished, and should feed real good.